Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on here a Japanese player here with a hit and run team. This is a match that I completely fumbled in terms of just how I approached it. I'm gonna blame it on being tired. Yeah, let's go with that. Ultimately, what happened here was Myrrh. I couldn't kill Myrrh. I wasn't able to kill Myrrh in one combat, and because of that, Baby Robin was able to get a little bit further down than I would have liked. If Baby Robin was locked in the back, or if they were just exposed, I would have been able to get through this map a little bit more easily. No, that's not a sentence. I would have been able to win, basically is what I'm saying. Yeah, Baby Robin was ultimately the MVP for the enemy team here. The structures here didn't necessarily play a part in terms of why I lost. I mean, even if I could have gone on turn one, I don't believe I would have been able to take out Myrrh either way. So, I think, actually no, I ended up taking like 4 or 5 turns to initiate. So I guess maybe that did play a part because it did slow me down for the first turn. I was a bit slow to approach this map, particularly because I didn't have anyone that could take out Myrrh. Crom here normally does it, but the problem is that I forgot to put Flashing Blade on him, so he wasn't able to get the Deadeye off because of Guard and Scowl. And
I'm grateful to you.
Veil here was able to do it. I ended up having to depend on her to do it, but she didn't have enough speed to quad. So yeah, well, maybe she did. I just didn't. No, I don't think she did have enough speed to make a follow-up attack to quad. If she was able to quad, she probably would have gotten the kill on this Myrrh. So which she eventually did, but it was too late late in the game, and I had already made too many mistakes. So yeah, gravity from Loki also did play a part in this, as well as the debuffs from Discord. I really love the debuffs from this Loki. It's really powerful. The exposure, the Discord, Sabotage and Discord are like 2 of the strongest effects in the game in terms of debuffs currently. So it's really great that she has at least one of them. But ultimately, I still stand by my my point that this Loki would have been a lot better if she had odd or even recovery built into her kit, into her weapon at least. It would have made her so much better. Yeah, I feel like she's more like an offensive healer, this Loki. Where really what I needed was a little bit more support on defense. If she was able to cleanse debuffs, then fantastic. She would have been so much better. But yeah, the odd and even recovery thing is a drawback. Hopefully they put that out as like an attune skill.
Yes.
Well, hopefully not an attune skill, because then she wouldn't be able to use it. But at least like a seal. Hopefully put it out as a seal, because then I can equip it. Yeah, that would be really helpful for this Loki. That aside, not much that I could do here. The Ike wasn't necessarily a problem, it was everything else. Particularly, as I said, Baby Robin. I ended up cutting through a bit of this just so that it doesn't drag on, because this took like 20 minutes. Tired brain. Yeah, I'm just gonna blame it on that again. Way longer than it needed to, and then I ended up losing anyway, so it really didn't matter. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm just fumbling all over the setup. It just was not ideal. There was the option of trying to tank this with, I don't know, let's say Ike or a Lear, but I just didn't want to do that. So this is where I ultimately ended up initiating with Crom. Not under the most ideal circumstances, but he's the best choice currently because of his reposition to change fate support. So yeah, we ended up doing that. I could have, again, went with Alir, but I think Alir would have died. Alir was the other option. Alir would have gotten outsped by Baby Robin here because of the Hush Spectrum. And then, yeah, Alir would definitely have died. So that wouldn't have worked out either. I mean, Alir does have that miracle effect, but...
Let's go say hello.
Outsped 1, not enough to kill. She'd need both hits. I double, wouldn't be enough to kill. And then he'd have to fight Ike. Skull effects. Loki might have been the one to do it. Yeah, I feel like Loki would have probably did it. So yeah, that aside, this was the option that I ended up going with. Corrin would never have won this. No dice. I don't believe Corrin would have been able to win this. So yeah, this was the option I ended up going with. We are able to hit and run this combat or this turn, so we win this aspect of it because they can't reach from here. But after I back out here, I basically put myself into more problems than I could have solved in terms of the units that I had brought with me. Again, Myr was just too strong for me to kill, unfortunately. And then yeah, Myr was just too strong for me to kill. And then from there, it just falls apart. I guess that's pretty much all that I want to say about that part of it. Is there anything else?
I wonder.
If I had brought like Gatekeeper, then maybe I could have won. No, it's still maybe, because no, it probably would have still ended up in the same outcome. But yeah, that aside, I don't know if I'm gonna do the defense replays this week because it's another cav line, and I don't know. Even though this one is different, it's just. Again, I feel a little bit uninspired to make it. I was looking at Astra Anima, and while I am able to run Freyr, I can't do the thing that I want to do or wanted to do, which was to run Bernie and have Bernie be the Ike counter, Spring Bernie. But she needs a little bit too much investment for her to pull it off, and I'm not comfortable with giving her all of that fodder just to kill Ike and then eventually having to bench her. The alternative would be to bring Dua Shamir, but I don't want to bring Dua Shamir into Astra Anima. She's better off in Light and Dark. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to try to come up with something else. I feel like I've become kind of accustomed to running all of the nukes that I've been running on defense. It's a little bit more satisfying when I get to use more of my barracks, as opposed to the ball setup where at most I can only get in like 3 nukes. And then, you need a near and a far save to run that type of layout.
I see.
So there's that as well. So I don't know. Ultimately, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet for Astra Anima. I might even just come back around and give Bernie all of the fodder that she needs to be able to take out Ike, because she can do it. It's just that it's a lot of work. I was hoping they'd release like a blue event, but they haven't done that, so... But yeah, as you can see here, I'm struggling. At this point, it would have needed to be... It needed to have been, Myr needed to have died in that last combat, and she didn't. And then the healing tower as well didn't work out in my favor in terms of positioning, so I pretty much end up doing the attack here with Baby Golvik, and yeah, we just don't end up escaping far away enough. Not a lot longer left in this because I cut out quite a bit of this just so that it's not too lengthy to watch.
I'm grateful to you.
Anything else? Let me see.
Yes.
Is there anything else that I want to bring up?
On our way.
That's pretty much it.
I see.
Yo, there are so many banners out right now. Like, I went to just like, because I kind of want to pull on the Ascended Ear banner because I want extra copies of Ascended Ear just for merge purposes. And I was like just going through, and there's so many banners out. It's ridiculous the number of banners out that are currently out. I don't think they'll be able to sustain this because the list just keeps going. Like, it just goes and goes and goes. So I don't particularly like it, but it is what they're planning to do. I guess it gives you more opportunities to pull a 5-star, but the majority of the time it ends up not being in your favor. And also about Resplendent Ira, her face art makes her look like a cartoon, so I wasn't really a big fan of at least that part of the art. Everything else looks like pretty good. It's just that her face really makes her look cartoony, and I can't picture Ira cracking a smile like that. It just doesn't compute. So yeah, I took off the Resplendent art. I'm just gonna stick with the base art for Ira. She's supposed to be like a serious character. That's kind of the vibe that I get from her.
Bless them.
So yeah, and then also she needs an alt. I feel like she needs another sword alt.
Shall we
Not
proceed?
a Cav, but just Ira herself. She needs an alt. So that brings this match to an end, essentially. Alright, here's our second match for the day. This one is a little bit more straightforward. We're going to go with Corrin here because
Expect the best.
Sanaki makes positioning a little bit difficult because of how her weapon works. I was considering trying to Gale Force this with Edelgard, but Summer Edelgard would have a hard time taking out that Eldigan there. He has Pavis, as well as the Knots. One of the Knots has Vital Astra and the other one has Guard. So Summer Edelgard would have struggled. Winter Edelgard would have been able to take out both of them, but the problem is, who do I leave behind? And I'd probably have to leave behind that Eldigan, and I didn't want to do that. So I'd have to leave behind the 2 dancers, essentially. And I didn't want to do that, or at least one of the dancers. Maybe even both of them, which wouldn't have worked out in my favor. So I decided to go with this Quarantine. I could have went with Ike, but I feel like I've just been using Ike so much that he probably needs a break. So, I mean, who am I to say that whatever. So I thought, let's give this Corrin another try. The most that I can do is give 2 units in 3 spaces, which means he's not getting all of his weapon effects, but it's...
If you say so.
I mean, he should be able to do okay, right? I mean, new unit should win. So I decided to just throw him into the deep end, and let's see how he performs.
Am I
And
needed?
that's pretty much about how it went. Yeah. The other option was to tank Reinhardt with Veil, but I'm not sure if Veil has Brave damage reduction, which is what I was checking, so I decided to not do that.
I'll keep moving forward.
He failed to kill. That sucked. Brave Erica has full null follow-up in her B slot, or is it Temple in her B slot? She has full null follow-up from somewhere. I don't remember where. But it looks like her weapon, which means it's an HP condition. Yeah, I really thought he was gonna die here. Like, it would have been embarrassing. Oh man. And it looks like Sanaki would have done no damage, which is why she didn't attack, as well as the fact that his terrain effect meant that she wouldn't have been able to move in and attack him as well. So it did come in handy in that situation, but also he shouldn't have been pushed to that extreme to have needed that to win those matchups. Green versus blue, he really should have won against more of these green units here, even failing to kill Elegant. Yeah, not good. Not a good unit in my opinion. If I had
Which way to go?
Legendary Alir green, maybe she would have won, but also she might have died to that Brave Erica because of the speed check. So yeah, I don't know. Not satisfied with this unit, man. He's underwhelming. He's gonna get benched, 100%, 100%. He's getting benched. Might even fodder him. Who knows? After this month is over, I ultimately might fodder him because he's just not that impressive. That aside, we clear this from here. I'm just trying to trick from the trap because I want to do a Gale Force play here with Nerthus.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty much just what I'm checking. Gravity would have been bad there. I'm trying to think of anything that I'm missing out on in terms of what's going on. Nothing is going on aside from the things that I've already mentioned. I'm waiting on the new game mode. A lot of people are saying that it's going to be super easy. But I mean, if it's Lunatic, I hope that they lock. Well, they are going to prevent you from using the same units again and again. So that should at least make it a little bit difficult. Because once you go, but there's also so many powerful units in your barracks that it should be pretty easy to just to clear once you have the things that you need, I guess. If it was more, if there were more restrictions, let's say they locked you in terms of game being from a specific game to fight like they do with the when they have to give out the toilet paper ones. That would have made it a little bit more interesting, I feel, because being restricted to game titles is a lot more challenging than just having access to everything. Also, I saw that Rocket Gal got hacked on Discord, which is something that I know nothing about. So I can't say that I have any talk in the matter in terms of saying that it was kind of dumb how she got hacked by clicking on a link and giving someone... Well, she didn't click on a link. She basically just talked to someone through phishing, and I thought that you should be smarter than that. But I mean, yeah, it's possible. A lot of times it's people in their teens or 20s that get hacked these days. But that's it. GG's.